Aloha kako everybody, the Aloha Friday with the Sandwich Islands Social Network at a very special time on this Friday, 4 p.m. And we'll be talking with our guest in just a moment who is on tour and going to be exciting. Now, the Aloha Friday with the Sandwich Islands Social Network is a series of interesting conversations, fun conversations, sharing the lives and journey of people in our island community. The Sandwich Island Social Network is a non-profit organization serving Hawaiians and Hawaiians at heart. Away from their island home, tax-deductible donations are gratefully accepted. And you see at the bottom of our screen that you can become a sustaining member of our Sandwich Island Social Network, ohana, by going to patreon.com/Sandwich Islands, plural, 808. Patreon.com/Sandwich Islands 808. And you know what? For the cost of less than a cost of one plate lunch per month, you can become a sustaining member of the Sandwich Islands Social Network. And a big mahalo to our family of Patreon sustaining members who make this broadcast possible. So, without further delay, we'd like to welcome our guest, and we are so grateful he was able to find time in between his tour. He's in Northern California. He has a concert tonight, but we got him just before he goes shortly on stage in a couple of hours. Please welcome Makana. What's up, brother?
Aloha. Aloha kako. How's it?
Bruh, so good to see you. It's been a while. My goodness. I think the last time I saw you was in the coach house, I think. We came out to say aloha to you, and we had a good time that evening as well. I think you had kind of hoarse. You was gargling a little bit, and you had tea and going on, and I think you did a Barry White impression that night, yeah?
Probably during Mr. Sancho Lee.
Oh, my goodness. Now, right off the bat, I want to share this with our listeners. I'm not going to fool around because you sent this to me and I love this. So please check this out right now, everybody.
I grew up with the old timers, learning slack key from them since small kid time. Aloha, my name is Makana, and this is Slack Key Guitar. Hawaiian slack key, or kiho alu, is unique. It is indigenous. It is a traditional cultural folk art. My new album, Pulama, Legacies of Hawaii, pays respect to those who came before me. Catch me on tour to hear the magic of slack key live.
Yes, indeed. And we are catching him on tour. Where are you right now, Makana?
I'm in Berkeley right now.
Berkeley, California, and tonight you have a concert, and I'm told it is standing room only. People are just rioting outside to get in. Is that true?
You know, touring, I took a break from touring like many musicians during the pandemic, and I was really reluctant to come out. I pushed back the tour twice, and finally we decided to come out. And I got a lot of emails from fans who were really excited, and other emails where people said, you know, we miss seeing you live, but we don't feel comfortable to come out. And I totally respect that, you know. So it's been, some shows have been almost sold out. Some shows have been, you know, thinner than those, but I think tonight we have about 200 people. It should be nice. It's a pretty big venue. And, you know, I think people are still, they made such an adjustment, you know, during the pandemic to our lives. So, you know, we'll see what happens. I don't have any expectations, but the main thing is not the quantity, but who's in the room and sharing that aloha with everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love that approach. Yeah, and just leave it in the hands of the universe. You just go. I'll open the doors. I'll open my heart, and let the universe just takes care of that, and it just draws people
I
towards you. Yeah, and
I
I noticed that about you. I noticed that about you. Very spiritually oriented. You're very perceptive on all of the energy around you, Makana, and I think that's what's driven your success, my brother. I really do. You
Mahalo.
know? Yeah.
Mahalo. I am a very sensitive person, and I consider um, the other person myself, an aspect of myself, and that's my impression of aloha is that when we say the word aloha, really we're saying a verb. Yeah, alo is to face, and ha is you're sharing that joyful breath of life, and in that there's a recognition in that there's something shared, the essential part of ourselves, and that informs not only my music but my whole life.
Yes, and it really shows. It really shows in in your life as well. I wanted to share this over here because this picture, and I noticed the caption down below here, Makana. It says, "Came out the wound with it." Um, your attraction to the stringed instrument began as young as this. You look like you're what, five,
I think I was like three, maybe.
three?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was always fascinated. I remember I grew up in Palisades on Oahu, but my second home was really in Aiea Heights at the home of Leon Sue, the entertainers Leon and Malia.
Leah Malia.
They were best friends with my parents, and their son Koa was my best friend growing up. And Uncle Leon always had a guitar, and I always tried to pick up the guitar, but it was so big. And so early on, he recommended I start with ukulele. So I started with ukulele at a pretty young age.
Oh, all right. Here you are now, and tell us about this picture with this gentleman here to your right on the screen.
This is, let's see, it's whole name Edwin Liloa Bradfield Chillingworth. They called him Sonny. And Uncle Sonny was my kumu. I was his last haumana, his last student. Very blessed to learn through a grant from the State Foundation on Culture and the Arts, a slack key master apprenticeship grant. Uncle Sonny was a legendary Hawaiian musician and slack key guitar master, and started out his career early on actually as Don Ho's band director.
I didn't know that. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, I'll never forget. Just 3 weeks before Uncle Don passed away, I went down to see him at the Beachcomber, and he called me up and he said, play me Sonny's music. And he just sat there, and you could see he was just so emotional. And I was playing the Borinqui music, the old Hawaiian Paniolo music, and it was a great moment. At that moment, Uncle Don said, I backstage after the show, he says, "Hey boy, you know, Sonny and I was real close. I want you to come out on tour with me." And I was like, "Oh my God, I would be so honored." Plus, I was in love with his daughter. So, but
Oh,
then,
by the way.
oh, by the way, but I was trying to be in the good graces. I get plenty of stories. So anyway, um, unfortunately, Uncle Don passed away a few weeks later, but they were really close. And in my life, I've had this incredible, incredible opportunity. Somehow, and this is hilarious. Somehow, before so many kupuna pass, I get time with them. I don't know. They just pop on my radar. I pop on their radar. We start spending time, whether it's 1 year, 5 years, 1 month, couple days, one conversation. And I remember I was actually sitting years ago. I did the 115th anniversary of the Moana Surf Rider, and we put on this big, beautiful performance with Palani Van, Kamakaiva, Kanakaole,
Wow.
Nina Ke'eliava all these different people, and of course Auntie Genoa's granddaughter, Pomaikai, Lyman, beautiful. Oh, it was epic, and and I was sitting with Sunbeam Beamer and Nina Ke'eliava. I mean, classic, beautiful, like Wahine, legends, the songbird. And I'm telling them this. It's funny. I always meet Kapuna right before they die. And they they look at me and they go, "Excuse me?" And I said, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Kulamai, kulamai."
Backstroke, backstroke.
Right,
backstroke.
Oh, man.
We have some friends popping in to say aloha there. Let me see. I get Brother Marty Burns. Aloha Friday kako. That's Coach Marty Burns jumping in. Who else jumping in? Oh, we have Miwa Nakamura. She's sending her
Iwa.
hearts over the rainbow. I love it. And Brother Marty says, Brother Makana, love your music. Deep in an ancient Hawaiian forest is such a beautiful mele. That song can take your mind to beautiful places.
Mahalo. Mahalo, Brother Martin.
Oh,
Yeah, that song, I used to live in the back of Nu'uanu, and I would go up into the forest and go on Judd Trail and hike all up there and take my guitar. And my favorite time to hike was at dusk, was right when it was getting dark. And it just became this magical time. And I went in there and I wrote that song. And, nowadays when you go in there, it's all these ironwoods. It's not a native forest anymore. And so I closed my eyes and I would imagine what it was like 500 years ago.
yeah.
And I wrote that song, and then I kind of forgot about it. And then a couple years ago, George Clooney had that film, The Descendants, and they used that song in the film, so it reached so many people.
Wow. I watch you as you play, and even in the clip that we showed, you're almost in a trance. I mean, your face is just so peaceful, and it's almost as if you're not there with us. You're been transported to another place, and you're beaming down that music. I mean, what is your space? Where are you when you start playing there, Makana?
That's such a great question, Kamaka. You described it very accurately, I think. I mean, for me, one of the things when I play is I play with time. Um, I feel free from time, from linear time, and I can move out of it and move into it, and I can play with the time that you, the listener, experience. It becomes very metaphysical. And if I'm playing something extremely fast, instead of tensing up, getting stressed, I relax more and more and more and more, and I can slow down my experience of the speed so it's manageable. But to the listener, it's so fast.
Wow.
It's part of it. And then also, I call it listening into existence. Like, I'm just listening, I'm enjoying it, and my body is just doing it. It's almost like if you had a smart car you could control with your mind. It's like, at this point, I'm just perceiving like I'm a listener, and the music is going.
Wow. That's amazing. That's what I see. That's what I see when I watch you play, right? I mean, I've seen you live multiple times, and of course, listen to your music, the videos, and I see that. I see this peaceful transition, if you will, from when you say, "Oh, here's a story behind the song. This one I'm going to play," and when you start, there's this whole transformation that takes place. What a beautiful thing, man, that you can do that. And we are the recipients of that. It's almost a spiritual moment. It's a universal moment of this energy, man. For you.
Very much so. And I do believe the audience and myself are mirrors. And so I put myself in a state I want the audience to go into.
Wow.
Yeah, I grew up on stage. It's like, it's more natural for me to be on stage than anywhere else. I feel more comfortable.
Okay.
I always feel comfortable.
Wow. Tell us about this.
Oh, so this is, I'm at Blaisdell.
Looked like Blaisdell, right? Yeah.
Yep. I'm at Blaisdell, and this was a contest that Bobby, so that's Bobby Madero Jr. So prior to learning from Uncle Sonny, I learned from Bobby. Bobby was my first slack key
Wow.
guitar teacher. Bobby of the group Mauna Lua, Huku
Yeah.
award-winning group, beautiful music, vocalist, incredible falsetto, leo ki'ike. He taught me Uncle Raymond Kaleoloha Poinaole Ohele Manu Kane's style of slack key guitar.
Uh-huh.
And so we had entered this KINE radio contest, and we recorded Palani Van's Ka'ahi Kohului, and we won. And so part of it was a recording contract for that song, and we were performing together. It was really cool.
Had Bobby Madero on the Aloha Friday show several weeks ago. Good fun. And then he and Kavika Kahiapo came to Temecula, went down to see him, and what a great show. Oh my goodness. Those two guys,
Love them.
it
Love
was
them.
fun. Beautiful, beautiful evening of wonderful music too, yeah. Uh, Tell us about this picture. You said this your granddad built this car.
From scratch. Started out as chalk marks on the garage floor. This is our family house. It's gone now. They built condos there, but this is out in. So if you're driving down Kalaniana Ole toward Hawaii Kai, this is right at the edge of Kuli'o and the edge of Mauna Lua Bay on the Makai side, right by the fish ponds. And this was my grandfather. His name was George Washington Reeves III, and he was lived in Kuli'o, and they actually built Campbell Industrial Raceway Park out Eva for him and his friends. He used to always race. He had like a feud going with Jimmy Fluger, and
Oh, Fluger Lincoln Mercury. Yeah.
yeah, so they always used to race, and he would tune spokes for all the other drivers. But he built that. He
Wow.
mapped it out. The aluminum, the bodywork, all that.
Very futuristic, very aerodynamic, way ahead of his time, that one.
Yeah, he was
Wow.
something else. In fact, Grandpa Reeves was at later in his life. He was a master navigator in the Navy, but later in his life, he was the fire captain down at the pier at the harbor by Aloha Tower on the boat.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. This is your mom. Tell us about your mom.
So that's that's his daughter,
Uh-huh.
and this is my mom, Tony Suling Reeves. Um, she
Beautiful.
was Miss Waikiki and Miss Hawaii International, and she was, a spokesmodel model early on, and she was also one of Hawaii's first female liquor sales distributors. And she used to dance hula, and here she is dancing. I believe
Ah.
she's actually dancing Baika, and Bobby Modero singing. This is at Aloha Tower Marketplace.
Oh my goodness. Classic. Thanks for sharing those pictures, man. I love that, brah.
Good
Um,
memories.
so let's see. I'm going to share this. So this is the next shot that I had right here. And I want to just go back right now to remind our friends that have joined us. We're talking with Makana, and he is on tour. He has been on the road since April, all through Washington, Oregon, Nevada. He is now tonight, May 6th, Berkeley, California, goes to Saratoga, and you can see that. You can go to, and I have right there, makanamusic.com for tickets to all of his concerts. And coming to Southern California, Santa Barbara, Irvine, two great concerts, May 10th and 13th, and then off to Arizona, New Mexico. How are you able to do that? You've been on the road since April. How are you managing touring? What?
Well, it's very nice because I've been, stuck on a rock for a couple of years. So easy, bro, easy. Hey, this is Mina. I mean, I've been out for a year at a time. I remember. So I'll tell you a story. Back when I was, this is eons ago. I was living in Ahui Manu,
Uh-huh.
out Kahaluu side on Oahu, and I come out of Times Supermarket, Temple Valley, and all I hear is "Hui, hui." So I turn around, and it's my best friend's sister's boyfriend's mom. And she works. Yeah. And she works at Alulike. The office is behind the shopping center. So we start talking. Oh my God, poragi out. 45 minutes. My milk spoiled. I'm just standing there talking. And she goes, hey, I want you to meet Dr. Ishmael Stagner. I said, who? So I said, you know what? Shit, my milk is bad already. Let's go. Never mind. It don't matter. So we go in the back. I meet Dr. Ishmael Stagner. He's a legendary Hawaiian historian. Legendary. He worked with George Kanahele and he did all the history of the Hawaiian musicians. And this guy's something. So we start talking and somehow this name comes up. I don't know if you ever heard this name. Tau Moe.
No, I haven't.
So Tau Moe's name comes up, and I'm thinking Tau Moe died. Tau Moe. So let's go back. So the Hawaiian steel guitar, not slack key guitar, but the steel guitar with the slide, right? This was invented by Joseph K. Kuku of Laie.
Yeah.
Kamehameha. So his neighbor was Tau Moe, this Samoan man. Now Tau Moe became a legend of steel guitar, and so we're talking about this, and I thought he was Make already, and Dr. Stagner says, oh, you want to meet Tao? Get him on the phone right now. I said, excuse me? How you going to call down there? Up there, I mean. So he calls, and I'm talking to Tao. I cannot believe it. So it turns out Tao is alive, living in Laie, and I meet his daughter Dorian, who runs Polynesian Cultural Center. I have him invite him over to Hawaii Theater. He does his last concert, and then he passes away. And his last concert was my concert. And Tao, I brought this up because he said, how you doing? You've been out since April. I'm embarrassed because Tao told me, he goes, we used to tour he said, I toured for 60 years. He played all over the world. He played all over Europe. In fact, he's the one who brought steel guitar to India. All these people worship Tao over there. They invented this sitar with steel guitar. He's like a legend over there. And he helped Jewish people escape when Hitler was taking over. And then after World War II, he played to help reconstruct Europe. And his daughter, Dorian, she was only 13 or 12 when King Farouk of Egypt and Aristotle Onassis proposed to her. They were like the first Polynesians anyone ever saw. Incredible. They used to have a TV show in Germany in like the 30s or 40s when they were doing fire knife dance and steel guitar and hula. So Tau Moe really helped to bring Polynesian culture to the world with his ohana. Amazing. And that was a great honor. But that's how they used to do it.
Oh my goodness. What a story. Yeah.
That's what I say, just a moment with the kupuna, it just blows your mind away.
Now, you were telling me earlier about you had to quickly backtrack when you were talking about when you were with the kupuna and shortly thereafter they pass away. You were sharing do you want to share that story? We had to kind of backpedal small kind.
With Auntie Nina, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, you never say that to their face.
Yeah.
But I have had so many, like with Uncle Sonny. I remember I spent time with Uncle Raymond Kane. I mean, he was a character. He was such a character. And I remember I came off stage at McCoy Pavilion, the Slack Key Guitar Festival. He was right backstage with his oxygen tank in his wheelchair. Wow. And he grabbed me by the ear and he said, boy. And I'm coming off stage with a standing ovation here. I was playing Uncle Sonny style. A lot of people don't know this. Uncle Sonny and Uncle Raymond did not like each other. Oh. They had such different styles. Sonny thought Raymond's style was boring and he'd fall asleep. Raymond thought Sonny's style was too rock and roll, it wasn't Hawaiian. And so I tried to play both, right? I learned both. That's kind of what gave me my amazing foundation. I learned from both these guys. And so I come off stage, he grabbed me by the ear, and Sonny already passed away, so I have no one to defend me. And Raymond says, boy, what the hell was that crap? You call that slack key, boy? That's a bunch of crap. And everyone backstage is looking. I'm like 16. He's holding my ear, turning red. I'm like, oh man, I was like, sorry, uncle. He goes, you don't play with soul, boy. You ain't got no feeling. Just blah, 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 blah. It's not this crap.
That was
Then he says, back in olden days, Hawaiians used to play slack key by the campfire, but they didn't play too fast and too loud. They didn't want to wake the cattle. Boy, don't wake the cattle.
Don't wake the cattle. That's a great story. Love it. Love it, love it. Now, this is your latest project. What makes it different from what you've done before, Makana?
Well, this is a return to the roots. The album is called Pulama, Legacies of Hawaii. And this album is, I think it's 15 songs. It's mostly all traditional Hawaiian songs with a few originals in the Hawaiian style and slack key guitar style. Pulama means to preserve, to care for, to conserve, to save. And that's what I do with slack key. Pulama also refers to the torch. So in my life, I serve as a torchbearer for this folk art. And the Legacies of Hawaii, of course, I'm honoring many of the different family styles, from Pahinui to Kane, Leonard Kwan's style, George Helm inspired me, Dennis Kamakahi. But also, I'm honoring my parents as well. The album is dedicated to my mother and father. My mom passed away end of 2019, and my dad just passed away a few months ago from COVID. And so this is a very deeply Hawaiian spiritual record of just the roots music to help me heal.
Wow. Wow. Tell us about this, Makana.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
This is another story. So, Trishrinkam, I see that Malihini Advisory local content.
I saw that, bro.
So, if you're not from Hawaii, don't get offended. Actually, it's okay you get offended, but deal with it. But this is my side mac salad brand. This is another identity I have. It's called Haimax, which, of course, so if you're not familiar with Pidgin, there's a term, Haimakamaka, means kind of like you stuck up, you tantaran, you think you all that. So this is Haimax. It's like an abbreviation. Okay. Haimax. And Haimax is, it's like a Pidgin and Olelo Hawaii rap album, basically. It's crazy, cuz it's crazy. If you gotta listen to this album.
I definitely want to.
You're gonna crack up. It's almost like a comedy album, but there's some beautiful Hawaiian music on there too. But I just do it more modern style. So yeah, it's got beats. In fact, my friend who made all the beats, he's Jacob Gabriel from Akakilo. He worked for Dr. Dre for 10 years.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And so it has a lot of Dre feel in it. Like,
really?
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing.
Excuse me, what would Raymond Kane say about that?
Oh, come on, bro.
He could pull both ears.
That's right. But the thing is this is my secret. My secret is I never stay in my lane. I never stay in my lane because otherwise I start hating my lane. I start getting redundant. Every time I pick up the guitar and play Hi'ilave, it's like the first time. Every single time I pick up my guitar to play Kiho'alu, it's like I'm falling in love for the first time. Why? Because I let myself do other things. I let myself do folk music, rock music, hip-hop, electronica. We do Latin music. I create all these different things, and then I get this burning desire to go deep into the Hawaiian music, and that's why my music is so inspired. There's so much passion in it because I never tire out from it. It's like I'm in an open relationship with Hawaiian music. You know what I'm saying? Hey, take it easy. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Don't try that at home. It doesn't work. Only in theory. Only
You
in
start
theory.
talking about your side salad, bro. You know, we need to talk about.
Yeah. Pause. Pause.
Now, I know we have a limited time together, brother, because you're getting ready. You got sound check, you got our tech check, and all that coming up in just a little bit. But I did want you to share, please, with our friends who have not heard this amazing story about a guitar that was a Makana from Uncle Sonny. And tell us about the journey of this guitar here, Makana.
So, when I was about 13 years old, and I started learning from Sonny, he, together with my parents, gifted me a guitar, and I named the guitar a very special name called Morning Star, and it was called Morning Star, inspired by Venus, and Venus is the Roman for the Greek Aphrodite, and Aphrodite was the name of the trimaran yacht that my father's father, my other grandfather, built, and my parents met on that yacht.
Morning
So
Star.
Morning Star was named
Yeah.
for Aphrodite, and so I played that guitar for 12 years. I had it till I was about 25, and it was my best friend. I traveled around the world, wrote all my songs, it was on my album cover. I slept with it. I mean, that guitar was my life.
Wow.
Not a fancy guitar, but it had my DNA in it.
Yeah.
And then I was 25 years old, living Kaimuki. I was living with a housemate, my friend Sally. She was a massage therapist, and she was out, and I went camp up North Shore. My friends live right on the point in Waimea, so I'm camping, and then we come home the next day, and everything is gone. Everything is gone, and how's this? She used to keep decorative candles all over the house, like just as decoration, not to light. And someone had lit all the candles. Whoever stole all our credit cards, passports, computers, my guitar, all her jewelry, everything,
What?
they had lit all the candles. To this day, I have my theories. I give my theories. But how's that, bro? What kind? That's got to be on Portuguese burglar or something. Because, like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, this is a special moment, bro. We scoring some good stuff. We go meditate a little bit or something. I mean, it's hard to explain. But it was freaky because it almost burned down the house. You know, Kamiki, it's all old wooden houses.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, okay, guitar disappears. Man, we put the word out, APB everywhere. I mean, everywhere. No one could find it. Finally, I let it go. In fact, on my next album, in the liner notes, I thanked the thieves for stealing my dependency on a physical thing.
Ooh.
It was the only thing I was attached to was that guitar, and it changed me. Like, okay, I had to move deeper into my spirituality.
Oh
And
my
so
goodness.
12 years later, I'm on tour, and I think it was 2017 or something, and I get this email, Aloha, I think I might have a guitar, and I'm thinking, oh, this damn spam is getting real good. They know how to bait you. Wow. So, slacky flavored spam, you know what I mean?
Only you would
So,
think that. Only you would think that, Makana.
and so I opened the email and I realized, wow, this sounds interesting. So I just sent me pictures, and it was my guitar. And it turns out that this guy, Ben, who he used to come watch me when I was a kid at Duke's in Waikiki, but long time we never see each other. It was before I had that guitar. He, because I started playing there really young. And so he got the guitar off Craigslist somewhere in Makiki for like $100, and he said I was so excited. I knew it was scratched up and all beat up, but he said I knew that it was valuable. And he said the moment he strummed it, he said the name Makana popped into his head,
Really?
and he said, I think this belongs to someone. You know, he's like, and then he Googled my guitar, and he could see. So, you know, I didn't have my name on it or anything. And Bobby used to always yell at me, my kumu. He always used to yell at me and say, hey, boy, take care of your guitar. Make them nice. No scratch on 'em. Hey, you gotta restart the guitar. And I told him, hey, the guitar is to be played. Never mind already, you know. And you know what? Good thing the thing was all bust up because it could only be mine. And so I flew
Wow.
home and he gave me the guitar back. And I think you have the picture of that moment.
Yes. Yes. Look at that. Look at that, bruh.
Yeah, that was an
Look at
epic
that.
moment in my life. I mean, epic. You cannot buy that kind of experience.
No. 12 years later, brother.
12 years.
That
Yeah.
is that is epic.
Yeah.
That is epic.
I'll never forget this brother, man. What a
My
beautiful guy.
goodness. Yeah. That is an amazing story. Mahalo for sharing that. That's like, wow. Wow.
You know, sometimes I always tell people every day in one context or another, I say, you know, the harder you hold on to something, the more you're going to suffer and it's going to be ripped away from you. You know,
Hmm.
sometimes in life, you got to learn to let go. And and that's the secret when you're playing music as well, is the more you tighten up, oh man, the thing don't come out right. You gotta let go. You gotta trust the audience. You gotta trust your teachers. You gotta trust the kupuna, your almakua. You have to be totally in this place of trust. So every time I go to work, I have to go through this religious experience of going into deep trust. And that's why it really affects how I see the world, because I have to get in front of all these people. I always say this, getting on stage is like going on a blind date with hundreds of people.
Bro, how many?
Process that, process that, process that.
Wait, it's gonna take me a while to grok that, bruh. Gonna take me a while to grok that. If you know, you know when I say grok. That's a word I haven't used in a long time. Oh my goodness. You know, if you guys just join us, we're talking with a wonderful friend of mine, a good brother, Makana. And if you notice here, makanamusic.com, that's his website where you can find out music about his tour. He is on tour. He is in Berkeley, California for a concert tonight. And then he will be, continues to be on the road over here. I just want to do it one more time. He's in Berkeley, and then you'll notice for the rest of May, he's in Southern California, Santa Barbara, Irvine, and then Arizona, New Mexico. But you can get all that information on makanamusic.com and go and see and enjoy. And you know what? It's not go and see, go and experience. It
Mm,
is
mm.
an experience. It's not, you
Yeah,
know,
it's not to look at.
no,
Close
no,
your
no,
eyes.
no, no look, you bugger. But no, and I'm not just Hana Ina Yubra. Your music has always been for me very, 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 very inspirational, deep because and it does translate. Believe me, listening and even like Brother Marty said a few moments ago, when he's listening to the music, it transports him to a whole different time and place. And you just explained the process that you went through. And so
Mm.
all I can say is mission accomplished, bro. It's happening. It's really, really wonderful, you know.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
So I know that you got
Got a
sound check coming up.
heliapu.
You got a Haley
Yep.
on. So we're going to say aloha to you right now. I'm going to talk a little bit with our ohana. So we're going to say aloha, brother. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon. I'll be in touch. Yeah. Mahalo,
Ahui
brother.
ho.
Okay. Ahui ho,
Aloha.
man. Spakileras. There he goes. That's Makana. What an amazing, amazing, talented individual, a wonderful Hawaiian and Hawaiian at heart. And right now, we're going to take just one small time break and we'll be right back. It's back. The Ho'oilina Foundation presents Heritage of Aloha Festival in Santa Fe Springs, May 21st and 22nd. Continuous live music and dance, island cuisine, and outdoor marketplace. Don't miss it. Mark your calendars. Free entry, free parking, spam musubi eating contest, and ukulele contest. It's going to be fun. When is it? May 21st and 22nd, the Heritage of Aloha Festival presented by the Ho'oilina Foundation. See you there at Heritage Park, 12100 Mora Drive, Santa Fe Springs, California. Yes, indeed. We will see you there May 21st, 22nd. It's going to be epic. It's going to be good fun. I will be there along with Pualalea Hanamai Kai as MCs for the event. And we always enjoy the Santa Fe Springs Heritage of Aloha. Yes, indeed. We have no script. We have no clue. We have no pants. Babu's Crew every week. And a fun, silly. It's a show that has absolutely no social redeeming qualities. Garen's Ball Barons. Always room for one more on the porch, the longest running virtual gathering of Hawaiians and Hawaiians at heart here in Southern California every Monday night at 8 p.m. Pacific time. And we certainly do invite you to join us. Good fun, good fun. It's going to be a very special afternoon in Torrance, California, Saturday, June 11th. We'd love to have you join us. You can pick up tickets for the workshop, ukulele workshop, the concert, and all the festivities right there by going to auntie.eventbrite.com. That's the place to go to get information and to get your tickets for the Auntie Jerry Kuhia tribute. We shared with you that the Sandwich Islands Social Network is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we are listener and viewer supported. If you would like to be a sustaining member of our ohana, please go to patreon.com/Sandwich Islands 808. And as we say, for less than a cost of one plate lunch per month, you can be a sustaining member of our ohana. So please go to patreon.com/Sandwich Islands 808 for all the information about that. We certainly enjoyed so much the time we spent together with Makana. He had a sound check coming right up, but said, you know what, I want to drop on in and talk story with you guys for a little while. So big mahalo to Makana for favoring us with some time. And Brother Marty Burns says, awesome interview. Mahalo, Brother Kamaka and Makana. Thanks, Marty. We appreciate that. Here's the good Dr. Ing. He says, typhoon warning. Oh my goodness, I don't have that picture. There's a picture of Ken Ing, myself, and Paul Ogata and Makana at a restaurant in Santa Monica Airport called Typhoon. And Makana was playing at that restaurant. And that restaurant is no longer there, but we had a great time. As I remember, I think there was a Smokain Inu that was involved, but we're not going to go there again. And here is Miwas Nakamura saying, mahalo, you're welcome. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for jumping on in. Mahalo for joining us today on the Aloha Friday show. Please have a safe weekend. You guys be careful out there. We have one more thought we want to share with you, that on May 26th, and that's coming up, a tribute to Willie K. This is going to happen in Temecula at the Temecula Old Town Temecula Theater. And we want to share with you that all of the information about the different events that we're talking about can be easily found at our brand new website. You see it right there on our screen, sandislands.org. We're very proud of our new website. So, you'd like to find out information about the Auntie Jerry Tribute show coming up in Torrance on June 11th, the tribute to Uncle Willie K happening on May 26th, Heritage of Aloha happening May 21 and 22. Go right there to, there it is, sandwichislands.org for all that information. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, I think it'd be really great for us to go out of our session here today, which was a special afternoon session with Makana, with some Makana music. I think that'll be a wonderful thing to do. And have a safe weekend, you guys. God bless all of you. Mahalo nui loa for your support. We certainly enjoy having you join us each week. Hello, everybody. Oiho.
Kumaka kai kanai ilavek papalohe mai au mau kele Kumaka kai kanai ilavek papalohe mai au mau kele Kele mai Pakele